It was announced in the program the intervention of Josep Puig, closing nuclear plants in Catalonia without increasing CO2 emissions. Since we would like to close with Quartier, so the floor is to Josep Puig. Have you got a pen drive?
Entonces, te dejo el espacio.
Bueno, mientras tanto, voy haciendo la...
Meanwhile, I'm going to introduce Josep. He's a member of Scientists and Technicians for a Non-Nuclear Future. He's an engineer. He's in consulting from several companies and environmental association. He directed projects for eco-survey and the first green councilman of Barcelona municipality. He's a member of EcoSolar for renewable energies. Currently, he's leading the Living from the Air in the Sky project. Sorry, I'm living in Barcelona and the train had a delay. Sorry. I'm gonna tell you a project we did some time ago, commissioned by the Catalan government, to propose how to close nuclear power plants at the end of their authorization that are ending in the next decade without further CO2 emissions. So with no thermal plants used. These are the three reactors, two ASCO, one Vandallos. They have permissions until 2021, respectively. And the question they pose is it possible to close them without increasing emissions? And to answer this, the vice presidency of the Catalan government organized a call for projects, and Ecofish Spain won that project. I was collaborating with them by the time, and this is the executive summary, never published. Funny fact. We three of us wrote it with people expert on networks in the Netherlands. The first thing we saw is the inefficiency of the current electric system in Catalonia, and we set some conditions for it to research as an efficient electric system. The key was climate stability, so stop burning fossils, abandoning nuclear power, which means that we had available for this energy efficiency, not just generation, but final use, renewable energies, and also, and very important, the famous question, how much is enough? Not just using energy for all desires, but just for efficient and necessary task. The three examples we had, this is three scenarios. The first, short term, to close them from 2020 onwards. And the proposal was to substitute half of the electricity they generate, the three reactors, half of it in exchange for renewables and high-efficiency cogeneration to meet the European Directive 2020 Directive, and to complement it, second scenario for a fast exit from fossil scenario, and a slower one. I'm going to explain the middle term one. This was the proposal, very simple. All nuclear generation of a standard year should be substituted, half of it for renewable electric generation and cogeneration. Basically, it was about reducing primary demand for thermal use. You know, thermal plants have a really bad efficiency. They just used 50% of the thermal potential of the fuel. This was the situation in 2007, and we were proposing this other for 2020, increasing a lot renewables, cogeneration, and just a little share for thermal energy. And the scenario that would come out was one in which we may reduce 500,000 tons of CO2 tons. How could we do this? As you know, in Spain, people use electricity from thermal plants on the one hand, and then they use hot water by burning gas. If we substitute the gas heating for community photovoltaic energy, so we may get rid of individual heating system generating at the same time electricity and heat. This was a proposal for the reduction of emissions, and the scenario for the introduction of renewables and cogeneration was this one here, increasing renewables 40% per year and 10% the cogeneration per year. As you know, today 14% has a nuclear origin. And even in this economic estimate with 2009 prices, so the cost today should be even smaller. For 19 euros per capita every month, we may substitute the whole nuclear system by a system made of renewables and cogeneration. And to this end, we had to develop creative policies, like, for instance, increasing the efficiency of all existing fossil thermal plants, introducing cogeneration system. In Barcelona, we have to cogenerate 3 cogeneration plants of 400 megawatts that could be fixed to increase their efficiency, diminishing emission, and it would be cheaper for final consumers. So it should be an obligation for them to use all available thermal energy and not using any further thermal plant without cogeneration equipment, also complementing geothermal and biomass fuel to complement this. Also, political measures, creating a system, encouraging renewables as first option. You may not introduce thermal ones because of increased demand. Introducing a ceiling for renewable use, and in case it was needed, a special tariffs for the community. Then you would have specific tariffs for renewables, and it should be complemented with the development of land use for energy. Municipalities should use their land for the development of these plants plants and also cogeneration developments in the municipalities. As of agenda, we said that we had to act from now on. If Catalonia wanted to be a modern society, it should be open to distributed and renewable energies, and we advised to start right on. It was available, it was realistic, and technologies were available to do that. We could get rid of nuclear, the costs were affordable, and even CO2 emissions could be reduced. But political will was needed. These are the authors. And the situations in 2019. Three-party government didn't even consider the proposal. They didn't even publish it. The following governments neither. Catalonia still depends on a 50% electronuclear energy, and since 2012, only one machine has been installed. About photovoltaic, we have less than 400 megawatts, but 2 years ago, the government adopted a plan for energy transition, agreed with civil society and the firms in order to have by 2050 all energy out of renewable sources. The 1st of August 2017, after a long process, the climate change bill, which is a pioneer law, and they're trying to implement it. And this is the project we started up. This is 235 megawatts funded by some 300 people. May the 6th, 2018, this is the inauguration party, and on the 29th, we have the first anniversary. You are all invited, so thank you so much.